Oh, there's John. John was late to the party, and now he decides to join the party. And he's shaking his head as he waits to get into the party because he was late to the party. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the No Sauce Podcast. We're actually recording on a Monday night instead of Tuesday night because, well, I'm going to Las Vegas on Tuesday. My last Western Athletic Conference basketball tournament that I cover. They are rebranding to the United Athletic Conference. So technically we could say it's the end of the WAC as the brand, which it is. I shouldn't say technically. It is the end of the WAC as the brand, as the commissioner, administrators, whatever, they rebrand to this new United Athletic Conference. So last hurrah, going to Vegas, going to catch the WCC title game tomorrow night, Tuesday night, excuse me, and then going to Fremont Street, maybe, with some friends, some radio broadcasters from some WAC teams. So we'll see how that goes. Should be fun, I've been to Fremont Street one time, Danny. One time. Oh, there's John. John was late to the party, and now he decides to join the party. And he's shaking his head as he waits to get into the party because he was late to the party. Imagine. And I was so nice yesterday when I posted that it had been 7 years of friendship on Facebook. Even though I did call him Papa Smurf. He didn't respond to that. I was shocked. He didn't give me a comment on that. Maybe he's going to give me a comment on that tonight. But here is Johnny. There he is.
Are you done?
Shut your work computer down.
You make me sit there for a minute while you grandstand?
Well, you were 7 minutes late to the podcast. We said 9 p.m.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should be. You were late. So yes, I did wait an extra minute, so I could grandstand.
I'm really not sorry at all. So whatever.
Whatever. He says whatever. He said, "Did the Blackhawks? Is it still 2-2? Is it going to overtime? The Blackhawks and Mammoth were playing tonight. Is it still 2-2?" Last I checked, it was 2-2, and it was like 2.5 minutes left in the third.
And it's a minute and 20 seconds. 2-2.
Okay. So we may have OT in the Windy City tonight between the Utah Mammoth and the Chicago Blackhawks. Mammoth fan, Blackhawks fan. It is what it is. At least we don't have to be there and have standing room only, no view tickets, right, Danny?
Yeah, those are the worst kind, Kyle. Absolutely.
Good times. Burn on myself on that one. So, Danny, you weren't in this last week.
No.
So, explain to the people why you weren't in the podcast on the podcast.
If
on the podcast episode,
however you want to say it, Kyle, however you want to deliver it, really, honestly. But no, if anybody's ever been to Eureka, Nevada, they'll understand that it is just it's an old mining hole, basically. Honestly, back in the day, there was 10,000 people that lived in this valley. Now there's 500 people in the town. But anyways, it sits down in a hole. The Wi-Fi signal is sketchy. Cell phone service is sketchy. So even just continuing a phone call out of that place is difficult. So yeah, let's man the cards.
Who's got the kids? Is that you, Barker?
Yeah, it's called being a parent. That's why I was late.
Close your door.
Is he new? He just didn't. He didn't just start this, right?
Well, the kids were all quiet and downstairs. But it's I'll come in. I'll allow some airflow. We're going to overtime.
Office and anyways, yeah, good times. So Eureka's a whole, huh? There was 10,000 people there at some point.
Yeah, back in the old gold rush days, man. There's basically they mined the shit out of it way back in the 1800s or whatever, and they created a bunch of iron slag, if you will, byproduct of mining, and it just creates just a total lack of Wi-Fi and cell phone service or reliable thereof. So yeah.
So what do they mine now there?
Still gold and silver. It's just a lot more productive. You know what I'm saying? Like an actual mining operation, not just a bunch of Parker Schnaubels, holes to the ground and creating stuff like that. So yeah, it's it right now, man. With gold at the price it's at, like 53, hovering around 5,300 an ounce. With silver over 100, which is just bizarre. You've got read Tom, Dick, and Harry that's ever thought about mining, or if you had a closed mine, you're just firing everything back up and trying to get as much gold out of the ground as soon as you can while gold prices are high. So
Interesting.
Is that what you guys were out there doing? Out there with your little handle things?
yeah, I don't pan for gold. I put the tires on the machines that get the gold, but yeah, that's way too much work for me. So yeah, and a lot of nasty shit, a lot of those
Hold on.
chemicals, not
If
stuff
you're
you want to be around.
if you're taking a tire off and you find like little bits of gold, you just pocket it right in like it's stuck
We
in
ain't we ain't driving
the
around.
tracks of the tire.
We ain't driving around in a bed of gold. That's not quite how it works. There's
You could just
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's just gold laying around everywhere out there. So
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I don't know.
no, it's not. No, it's
I
not.
don't know that I could go down into mine. I'm claustrophobic a little bit. Not a little bit. I'm quite claustrophobic, so I couldn't do it.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, it doesn't have to all come from the underground, right? Like there's
sure.
this is you got to chime Sean. I'm gonna have to call Sean, except for he goes to bed at like 6:30. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, no, there's a lot of different ways. But I mean, some of it is underground. Obviously, there's a lot of ore. It's ore based, right? You're just getting a big old rock, and there might be a sliver of gold in that for whatever those formulas are. So yeah, it's not something I can speak on because I'm not a miner. I'm a
yeah,
tire guy. I deal with rubber.
yeah.
Put the rubber on the road, John.
You're a
I
thought.
don't deal in rubbers.
Well, you clearly, as we just saw at the beginning of the program,
With the 4 kids. 4 kids.
facts.
Oh,
Although I did have 3 by the time I was 20, so it's kind of a hot little thing.
it's close. Kenny wasn't a fan of him either.
No, not at all.
Never.
I make good money selling them, so that's all that matters, right?
Oh, good night. Yeah. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. So, John, why were you late? Why were you not in the party when we started the party, and then you decided to come into the party late in the party?
Because I have kids and the game was on and I lost track of time and I'm kind of hoping that sorry.
He's trying to rub it in here. He's trying to rub it in that the Mammoth beat the Blackhawks, but they're still tied.
I know. I said, like that goal should have gone
He's
in.
waiting for it to see the Mammoth if they can get that golden goal so he could rub it in because, like I said, Blackhawks fan, Mammoth fan. So,
Come on.
really, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna watch John.
We are. Oh no.
I did find it kind of comical when
Danny was trying to watch the end of the World Baseball Classic game, United States against Mexico.
It doesn't mean you can't have it on right now.
His TV's in another room.
Oh, penalty. That's garbage.
Of course it is. Whenever it goes against your team, it's garbage, right? Here's the thing. Okay, Danny, you're an official. We're going to talk about this.
Let's do it.
Anytime a call goes against your team, even if it's the right call, especially if it's late in the game, it's either garbage or you get people screaming, "You don't make that call in that moment at that point," or these officials have it out for this team and they're gift wrapping a win for this team. I could use Utah Valley for an example on Saturday night. That was hilarious, but
against
you see it anytime there's a close game and there's a call late that has some kind of impact on the game or could have some kind of impact on the game, that whoever gets the short end of that call, the officials gave them the win. The officials did this. Not the fact that my team gave up 104 points, let a guy that comes off the bench go for 28 points. And what is it like in baseball when you're umpiring? Do you ever get that when you make a call in a game, like you strike somebody out late in a game and somebody's chirping at you from the crowd? You can't make that call. That's not a strike, or that's not even close. Or why can't we get the same? Like, do you do
Yeah.
it in high school baseball?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. They try to put on the, the PA at the beginning that we're here for high school.
We're here for the
sports, here on the
kids.
team. Yeah, all that, right? But yeah, no, there's been a few times. I mean, there's it happens, and you just don't engage, right? Like that's what you got administrators there for. Honestly, it kind of cracks me up. Me and Junior had a situation last year. Our buddy Junior, Hugh, as he's known as, official world, but he's a listener. He's a subscriber. So yeah. But anyway, we had a situation last year where there was just a dude being a clown, right? Like, and we're looking over trying to catch who it is because I mean we can toss whoever we want. That's how you go about that, right? Like you shut the game down if you don't know who your administrator is, don't know where the administrator is. You go to the head coach and just tell him, hey, that dude's got to go. I mean, I've seen officials handle it a lot worse. Like most officials, not most, a lot of officials like to grandstand in that moment. Rip the mask off. You gotta go now. Like, no, man, I don't like that. First of all, you're there to officiate the game on the field. So any outside noise, it kind of cracks me up at times, and that's what I was going to with Junior and I. I mean, these dudes were just clowning, and we didn't even pay any attention to it. We just thought it was comical because the shit he was bitching about was irrelevant. And I mean, we walked off the field and just kind of looked at the dudes and laughed. So I mean, every time you make a bang bang call, especially if it's a tight game, I mean, we teach ourselves in classes that you're always half wrong, right? Because the people that are right about it ain't the ones that are yelling at you, right? Yeah, they're yelling, but the people that are wrong are the ones that are pissed. So you make that bang bang call and you live with it. Sometimes immediately you may not have been right. So that's what's important about experience and hesitating when you make the call. So you make sure you make the right call because the birds are always going to be out. They're going to be chirping, and I I would rather be out on a field where both so they're at least making some noise. You'd rather it be positive noise, but if it's a good game, you're getting some negative stuff in there. So, I mean, I think that's kind of part of the game, and I would rather do that than have crickets and nobody be able to say anything and bitch about stuff. So yeah, I enjoy it myself, but unfortunately, some people take it too far. They attack people personally, and that's what drives folks away from officiating, and we have an epidemic of it right now because people are entitled because they think they can just say anything and get away with it because of the social media problem that we have, and that's a whole different discussion. But that's just fact of the matter, and it's a trickle down thing, and that's why we see lack of officials from adult to youth sports, and it's not one sport in general; it's all sports.
Yeah. Johnny's that way. Whenever the Mammoth lose and there's a call that comes late, that was a BS call. I know. I seen him with that. So
How about as a coach though? It's little league season, right?
It's starting up. Yeah.
That's your apparel. You got there. Your jacket is that your hitting jacket that you got on there?
yeah, his Rattlers.
Yeah.
Rattler.
Mhm.
I keep up. Yeah. So how's that going, Johnny boy? How do you react to the officials when they blow a
Let's
call?
stay back on this officials thing though.
Okay.
Like, let's stay there and then we'll get to the Rattlers. Like, we're gonna stay on topic.
Yes. Sorry.
But
Are we? I thought me responding to it's still on topic.
Well, when you were, but we were going off topic with his, how's that going with the little. Let's stay on topic of the officials, and then we'll get to your.
That's what I'm saying. As a coach of the Rattlers,
Kyle's not good at listening because in the background he's just sitting there. He wants an update on the game because he wants to rub it in.
Because you're not going to go with the officials. You're going to start talking about your team and practice and this. I know how this goes. I've been doing this long enough. So let's stay on topic. Talk about like you're dealing with officials who I know you don't like because I saw you at one of your son's games. He got called out on strikes and you were all over that like teenage umpire.
I don't remember.
That was last year. The only reason I know that is because Coop was playing on the other field and I come over to say hi to you. And You didn't really get all over him, but you were like, yeah, that was outside. That was out. And you said it pretty loud. He probably heard you too.
Yeah, probably. And that's my big problem with, like I am all for kids getting out and umpiring, like city ball and stuff like that. What I am not a fan of is how lack of um, proper preparation that they're given. Like they don't know the rule books at all. They don't know like proper position. Like no, I don't know that anybody at our city like properly instructs them. And so you get guys that are like standing up extremely tall when you have a 14-year-old umpiring like an 8-year-old or 9-year-old game. Like they need to be taught, hey, you got to get down and kind of be able to see the zone a little bit better. And they don't do that. So if that was the instance, okay, yeah, you're right. I was probably a little upset, but whatever. But I've coached a number of years and I've had a fair share of run-ins. For the most part, I try to remain calm, cool, collected. But there are other times when it's like, no, we're not playing. You get whoever tournament director, league official over here. We're gonna talk through this. The most egregious was we had bases loaded, I think maybe no, yeah, there was no outs. Pop fly in the infield, in front of first base, bounced fair, kicked foul before the base, was never touched. Okay, it's infield fly if fair, and it kicked foul before the base, so it should be a foul ball. They called our batter out, and then while the ball was like in foul territory, my runners had like advanced bases, and so I was telling them like, "Hey guys, I'll go back, go back." So the guy in first base is like kind of jogging back, walking back. First baseman picks up the ball, runs over there and tags him from foul territory, tags him, double play, and it's like you couldn't talk sense into anybody. The league official comes over and doesn't overrule it, and it's like we have people running the umpires in our city that don't know what they're doing. So I get that, but for the most part, I try to remain calm, cool, collected. I'll walk out and I'll share my piece, like, hey, from my view, this is what I'm seeing. This is what my catcher's telling me on balls and strikes and whatnot. If there's something I need to do with my catcher, like if I need to move him so you have a better view, or if my guy just needs to shut up, like tell me, please. Um, and yeah, I was pissed about this call tonight because it was an inadvertent trip, but whatever. Life goes on. Life goes on, Kyle. Congratulations to your Blackhawks. Somehow they are the Mammoths' kryptonite this year. We played them 3 times and we've lost all 3 times. So
I
that's
wasn't even paying
frustrating.
attention. I just saw the score real quick before we jumped on, and I didn't even. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, does that sufficiently answer your question, Kyle? Are we okay to move on?
I
Or
I mean, I'd like to spread a little light on that, though. I mean, like frustrated with a 14-year-old doing an 8-year-old game, right? Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's a trickle down problem. So you have poor administration in your league.
yeah.
They're getting who they can out there, right? Like,
Look,
I
and that
think
and that's
everybody
where my
could.
frustration is. It's in the administration, not in the 14-year-old kid, because
No, no,
he's
no. Yeah, no, and like I said, I agree with you. So that's where the problem lags, and unfortunately, you've got some dudes that cling on to what they used to know. They
Mhm.
haven't tried to adapt with the game, adapt with the associations, adapted with anything,
Yep.
and you just get a gigantic problem. And you get some people that are clinging to it just for the paycheck. I mean, we love our dude Tommy, right, Kyle? But if anybody had his brother as an umpire, he was pretty rough. And some of the boys that watched this know he was there for the paycheck, right? And it's a rough line. It really is. And I think everybody needs to try to build the game together. And I think everybody just needs to get out there and umpire some games themselves. That's the best way. I've always tried to do it when I was running organizations, is saying, hey, all you coaches want to sit out here and bitch about umpiring. Guess what? You're each going to pick up a couple of games. Just to get out there, and I tell you what, you do a few of those, and it changes your perspective, and it makes you a little more resilient when it comes to bad calls that are made against you, and especially in league games, you try to roll with those.
Well, I don't know, and I know John probably won't agree with me on this. A lot of it, some of it too. I'm not gonna say a lot of it, especially at the younger ages. 8, 9, 10, 11. Where these kids, some of them are playing on travel teams, so they're playing in tournaments where there's good umpires, and then they come back to the league where the umpires are 14-year-olds or whatever, 15-year-olds that are umpiring these games. So there's an adjustment there, not just for the kids, for the parents as well, because they're used to having some higher quality. I'm not going to say they're the best quality, they're higher quality than a 14-year-old umpiring their games because they're away at tournaments every weekend, or their Super League game on certain nights and stuff like that. So I think that plays into it a little bit too, because
Yes, I
the
agree.
city's not going to go bring in pay high profile or better umpires. They're going to get these 14, 15, 16-year-old kids that maybe play baseball, maybe don't, to come umpire and pay them just to be there to basically chaperone the game, right? To make sure it runs, right? And so I think that plays a little bit, because that's travel ball's changed, right? Over some of the last 15, 20 years, to where more kids are playing in it, right? And they're playing in those Rocky Mountain School baseball tournaments. They're playing in other tournaments. Whereas it used to be you had one league for your city, you had like 10 or 12 teams, and then you get an all-star team from those 10 or 12 teams that goes and plays in some tournaments after that season is over. You don't have that anymore.
Right.
Like last year at Eagle Mountain, the one field that faces northwest had teams coming from Harriman and Riverton and other places to play in Eagle Mountain League. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like so that plays a part in it to me, is that the adjustment from playing in those tournaments where you have better quality umpires to playing in your regular league, with your friends and things like that. That has an impact on it as well. I feel like a little bit.
It's, I mean, and that's what's great about the game, though, right? You have to be able to adapt and you got to know your situation, especially as you grow as a ball player, right? Like, I have a couple of teams that we put together that we got absolutely just screwed in a tournament. It become a learning moment for a bunch of 13-year-old kids, right? Like, hey, yeah, you absolutely got screwed. Like, you know what? We know that we were on the right end of that, but you know what? They made a decision that we couldn't control. And this is one of those life altering moments or life lessons, if you will. And that's what's great about baseball. And you can, so I think a lot of the times for me, it comes, you would hope your local organization does a good job of it, but ultimately it comes down to the coaches.
Yeah.
Far too often you see these coaches vicariously living through those kids in travel ball and whatever, and then they come and play in league and they expect the same thing. You make it about something that it's not supposed to be. It's about development. It's about learning the game. It's about learning the lessons that baseball really teaches you, and often those lessons are failure. I mean, you fail more than you succeed in baseball, especially at the plate, right?
Yep.
So I don't know. It depends on how you spin it, and I think it just it's how the game's evolved, and travel balls, and also created the entitlement of the kids that we have now, and those are those little assholes that you just want to throw out of the game at 13 because they just can't keep their lips shut because they don't like your strike zone. Yeah. Because at Rocky Mountain Nationals last weekend, they didn't give them that pitch. You know what, dude? You're 13. I'm on the road, dude. I got to do 10 games today. Swing the goddamn bat.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, but listen, little Johnny's going pro at 17, so you need to.
They're going pro at 9 now, man. They're already being looked at. Yeah, it's great.
He's got an NIL deal with Pampers and Dr. Brown's.
Yeah,
that's the bottle company for those that don't know what that is.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Good times.
Yep.
Good times. All right, so
what's going on, Kyle?
Utah Valley, Utah Tech.
What do you want to talk about next?
I'm getting to it. Shut up.
Well, hey, will you just smooth transition, please?
What?
Smooth transition if you stop talking.
What?
What are we talking about?
I'm getting there.
What?
Get
Can
to
we
it.
can we just get there? Stop.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to take you off. I'm going to take you out of the stage right now, especially since your camera just froze up for whatever.
What?
Karma. Anyways, Utah Valley, Utah Tech basketball on Saturday night, right? Final game of the WAC regular season. Utah Valley had a 13-point lead with like 4.5 to go, gave it away, goes to overtime, goes to second overtime. Utah Valley's 3 bigs fouled out before overtime. So they were gone. They were done. Utah Tech, the 5 guys that played, late in the game and then both overtime, they played like, all of them played like 40 plus minutes and none of them had more than 3 fouls. Explain that to me. Okay. So that's one thing. 2. But anyways, 2.2 seconds left. Utah Valley has a 3-point lead. Utah Tech inbounds it, tries to throw a laser to one of their guys on the sideline. Utah Valley guy picks it off. He's kind of shoved in the back as he goes to catch it, right? No foul call. And it kind of nudges him out of bounds, or like moves his momentum to go out of bounds. He turns to the right. The official's on his left. He turns to the right, and supposedly people said he called timeout when he was looking to the right. The official didn't hear it and just called him out of bounds. The radio guys, or not the radio, the broadcast guys, we had our headsets on and we could hear him call timeout. How does that official not hear him? Because Utah Valley didn't have a timeout at that point. Chris Webber, North Carolina, Michigan. They didn't have a timeout. So they go to the review, right? They can't review if he called timeout or not.
Yep.
They can only review the time on the clock, right? At that point. And so no technicals called, no technical free throws are shot. Utah Tech gets one chance, and they run a play and have to hurl up a Hail Mary. But Utah Valley, it doesn't go in, and Utah Valley wins 104-101 in double overtime. Afterwards, back to this whole officiating thing, some Utah Tech fans, they had to gift the golden child to win. They missed some calls. They missed this goaltending. They missed that. They missed this technical, timeout, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, guys, don't give up 104 points and you win the game.
Yeah, the last call has no relevance on, the first 59 minutes or whatever, wherever we're at, right?
I pointed that out, and I pointed out the fact that Utah Valley's 3 bigs. They're 3 like main big guys. One played like 13 minutes, one played 15 minutes, and the other played like 16 minutes. And they all fouled out. How does that happen? But not one of the guys that played almost 40 plus minutes has even 3 fouls. That means you're either 1, you're not getting called for things that you should be, or 2, you are very, 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 very soft as a defender.
One team is more undisciplined and commits more fouls, and all 3 of their big dudes do the same shit. I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch the game. I'm just saying from the outside, right?
It's just crazy. Like,
yeah. And here's the thing I have. Go ahead if you want to finish that.
Gosh dang it. Cooper's refusing to go to sleep.
But
here's
the way I'm
timeout.
No.
Here's the way I am about reviews, man. Either you can review everything, reviewing nothing.
Yeah.
Like that just baffles me, and it has since like replay was introduced in the 90s in the NFL, man. Like it's like we can review this, but we can't review this. We can review this, but we can't review this. Like it just baffles me. You gotta let judgment calls be judgment calls to a certain point. We can't just say, "Oh, we're gonna officiate this in the last 2 minutes of the game," or like the deal with the foul ball a few years ago with the Braves. Like you couldn't review anything behind the plate. Like what do you what? Like either you can review it or you can't.
Well, and that's the thing is it's becoming a huge issue because you don't know what's reviewable and what's not reviewable, right? And on top of that, what makes it worse is when a team loses a game in a situation like that, social media, the bettors, the sports bettors, the trolls that sit behind those, anonymous accounts and things like that, they come out of the woodworks with all kinds of threats and all kinds of awful tweets, whether it's towards the players, the team, or even the officials. It's awful. Like it's
trickled down to the youth sports. Like, you know how many times I hear Aunt Karen say, "Got it on video. You were wrong." Like and that's just a trickle down effect. Like I said, it's just don't give a shit what your video says, Aunt Karen.
Do you ever just
turn around
and be like, "Hey, Karen, you know what? If that's the case, then post it to YouTube."
Okay.
Like, what do you want?
You made comment, but you try not to, right?
The one thing I wish, and I think I don't know if it would solve problems or anything. I think maybe it might cause more. Sometimes officials have to be available to the media to be asked about things.
At that level, yes. A certain level, I think so.
Right.
Yes, I don't think necessarily
athletics to the pros. Like I think they have to be able to be not
Division I up, dude. I'll say Division I up, man. I'm all about that. Absolutely. Like they protect the officials, right? They come out with a statement.
Which I mean, they have a tough job as it is. There's only 3 of them, right? Or 4 of them in Major League Baseball, or even the NBA. I think only has 3 officials. That they have officiate games. So, like, they have a tough job. There's no ifs, ands, or buts that their job is extremely difficult, right? Because one, they're dealing with different styles of play. Baseball, it's different pitchers, on a regular basis, different hitters, different, so there's so much going on for these officials, but you still have to be accountable somewhere for making calls, that you did, and being frank about it, because
at that level you have to like stay out of casinos, you have to like do all that stuff like that. You chose that lifestyle, right? When you decided to be a major league, or like I said, Division I. So I mean, they even teach you like this is like you're like a politician. Like you can't get caught out in public at a bar, with a girl on your lap, or wearing your state logo out in public or whatever, because now you're at this level, you're going to get recognized. Oh, she was a Buckeyes fan and you were just a game against Michigan, blah, 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 blah. That's the real thing.
Yeah.
I could just imagine how I was just thinking about like the media after a game, an official comes to the table. So, Joey, what'd you see out there? I saw foul. Do you care to elaborate a little more? What was a foul? That's what I saw. Okay. Any other questions?
Or he's gonna misremember. I misremembered that moment in time. Some political type of response.
I don't really know what you're talking about. And he pulls up the stat sheet, like, oh, yeah. The basketball players. I called a lot of fouls tonight. 70% of them versus the other 2 guys where they only, did the other 30%. Oh, that's interesting. Soft whistle. Soft whistle. That's what it is.
So in your local league, John,
the Ohio. No, what were you saying, Danny?
Oh, I was just I was trying to fill time. I was just asking John, like,
Speak into the mic, Kyle. It's okay. Say it with your big boy pants.
I'm speaking it. Did you guys see the Ohio State president had to resign today?
Mm-hmm.
No, I did not.
It's not good to have relationships outside of
Yeah. Another inappropriate, another Coldplay situation, but he didn't get caught. Well, he did get caught because he got told on, and then he had to offer up his resignation. So, yeah.
I guess.
And then did you see Moore from Michigan got found not guilty of stalking and all that stuff yesterday too?
Yep.
Bizarre.
So he's high-fiving the sheriff's deputies. He's giving hugs to the sheriff's deputies. That's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of weird.
I guess that's why all you Mormons keep the women in the same house, right? You got all of them in the same house. So They all
No,
talk, and
that's
you could
not-
put them in the right room, right?
They can all be
No,
best
that's
friends with each
true.
other, you know.
That's polygamy. That's not Mormonism. That's not our religion. That's polygamy.
Yeah,
Sorry, break it
we'll
up.
let Danny think of whatever fantasies he has. Listen, I
It's
have
all
one wife and I
good.
love her, but I could not stand a second one.
No, not at
No.
all. That's the worst fucking idea ever.
And my wife would probably think the same thing. Like if she had a second husband or anything like that. Like there's enough craziness in one relationship. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
I that's the one thing I know without a shadow of a doubt is I am not a brave person. Because I would be scared out of my mind to do anything to like cheat or even the appearance of cheating. Like, I couldn't. I'm not a brave person.
You mean like
Apparently,
sitting on my face while I'm laying on the dirt in a game in Evanston? Like that's a form of cheating right there. You're doing a twerk on my face when I dove for a ball, and
that's dancing.
it's the same thing. That's
Okay, hold on. Time out. Thing. Okay. So when we go to Vegas, we go to Sapphire, and I spend $150 on you to go sit in the shadows, just dancing. How's that treat you?
I've had horror stories of buddies that have gone to Vegas and just sat in the shadows and more bad stuff happens. So I wouldn't even put myself in that situation. But if like Kyle
Just dancing.
if Kyle's in the casino and loses a bunch of money and then like falls to the ground like weeping and wailing, I will twerk over top of him. Yep, 100%. Just throw it back. Just
He did it in the middle of a game, Danny. Like we're playing in Evanston a couple of years ago,
the
and
ball goes right by
we were
him.
losing at the time. We were losing, and I had dove for a ball. It got by me. We got somebody out, and I'm just laying there. And he comes over, hands me the ball, and then decides to twerk on my face, or like right above my face.
So
We
he
ended up winning the
teabagged you
game.
pretty much.
We ended up winning.
You
Yeah,
put your
he
balls on his
violated me
chin.
right there. Like it wasn't. It was true violation right in front of everybody at that time. Field score. So yeah, good times.
Yeah. Listen, it's about having fun.
It
Okay,
is.
if you're not out there having fun, you're out there for the wrong reasons.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I mean, we've said this time in and time out, Kyle.
Yeah.
Like, if we're not having a good time, what the hell are we doing? Right? We can find
Yeah.
something else to do to have a good time, right? Like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
you can't have fun. That's off.
We were talking
Yeah.
about this last week on the podcast. I don't know if you caught it. I stayed at the Rio. You know, we stayed at the Rio on that trip I went on, me and Robert. And when you walk in from the parking garage, there's a studio to your right when you first get in there. It's right across from a Smash Burger that's right there. You want to hear the name of the show?
No, yeah,
Yeah, you do. You
absolutely,
do.
absolutely,
It's called The Empire Strips Back.
perfect.
Yep.
We didn't go into it. We probably could have gotten in
So
there.
it was a Star Wars themed strip club, and you didn't go in.
I don't think it's
Could
a strip club. It's just like a show. Like I don't think
Could
it's.
you just imagine them just being like,
We didn't go in. No, I'm not gonna. We didn't go to that show. Like I said, we probably could have.
Lightsabers everywhere, dude.
everywhere?
There was. So it was advertised all over the place too. Like they really
all
get there.
over billboards, like other casinos had stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
It was
I
on
even
the
saw
van
that-
that drives down the street.
Yeah. Since they can't do the whole prostitution, and that's another thing. Prostitution is now illegal in apparently in Clark County. So
illegal.
yeah.
Oh wow! You go right outside the county though. It's not too far away. Then
Yeah.
up towards Pahrump, you're
They have
fine.
signs like on I-15 that says it's illegal and stuff like that now. So
Oh,
it's kind of
interesting.
interesting. You cannot pay for sex in Clark County, I think is what it said. Yeah.
So does that mean like your own spouse?
I don't know. That's awful. That's awful. I hope Mary doesn't hear that. That's awful.
She doesn't listen to our frivolous nonsense.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's
I mean,
cool.
she may tune into the first couple minutes and then she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, Kyle's ranting and raving again."
My wife's the same way. She's
half as much as you do.
Yeah, when my wife tries to listen, she's like, "You guys are idiots." Like, yeah, that's
We are.
what we enjoy doing. We're
Whole
very
other-
well aware we're idiots.
That's why it's called
Yep.
no sauce, because it's a
Doesn't
whole
make
lot of
sense.
nothing.
It doesn't make sense. Nobody eats nuggets without sauce.
No.
Exactly. Thanks for
True.
proving the point, Kyle.
I did have. Oh, so here's a story for you. I got another story for you from today.
So,
So the McDonald's back by us, John, back here in City Center.
Hmm.
Pull up to the drive-through, right? And there's a sign, digital sign that says 2 for $6, right? You get mix and match. You either get, one of their what is that, fish fillet sandwiches or whatever, or a 10-piece McNugget. Okay. So pull up to the thing. It was just for me and Heather. We were gonna get 2 for $6, 2 10-piece chicken nuggets, and be done with it. We pull up, and the guy, when I said I want the 2 for $6, the 2 10-piece chicken nuggets for $6, so you have this mix and match. He's like, he marked it down as 6-piece. I'm like, no, they were 10-piece. He's like, well, they don't always tell us what deals they have going on here. So I have to check with my manager. So he goes and checks with the manager, and the manager says, yeah, it's just 6-piece, 2 for $6, 6-piece chicken nuggets. And so we get them, we order them, whatever. We don't make a big stink. We pay for it. We come around to take a picture of the digital sign, and it's like, it says it right there, 10-piece nugget. I didn't go back. I should have, but I'm going to leave a review for it because I'm going to be that petty and that guy. But like, how do you not tell your workers what the deal is that you're advertising right there at your restaurant? What, like,
well, I think the long and short of it is they want you to order online and do the little kiosk thing and pre-order and all that.
I think it was
So-
a pre-order thing.
I know. I'm just saying. So with that, I mean, you're hiring, a $10 an hour guy, and your manager's probably making $11.50. So
Is
they don't have a lot invested in the rules, and they don't give two shits, I think, is what I'm trying to say.
True.
Is it? Let's see. I'm looking at the deals and stuff for out there, because I kind of, to your point, Danny. Like, I very much I order on my phone. Like, I order on my phone. I don't bother giving like my order to them over the loudspeaker or whatever. But yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing a 2 for $6 there, buddy. Not on the app.
Just watch. Give me just a second right now. Okay. Hold your horses while you keep talking about the fact that you think I'm a liar. Oh, it's an HEIC. I can't do that. Son of a gun. Stupid. Like, why does it do that? Downloads from my phone as an HEIC file, and it's just dumb. But anyways, yeah. So just
here we go.
crazy. Why
Here we
won't you
go.
tell your
It is a regional and limited time promotion. Mix and match deals for $6, allowing customers to choose 2 items from select favorites, such as a fish fillet or 10-piece chicken nuggets.
see? It was a
There you go,
10-piece
Kyle.
chicken nugget.
So it's probably one of those things. This location does not participate in this coupon offer.
Dude,
That
we got 2
disclaimer.
6-piece chicken nuggets for $6. So why
Yeah.
wouldn't it be the other way around? This
Yeah.
is where it was. I literally took this picture.
The dude ate chicken nuggets.
I literally took this picture at the drive-thru. It says it right there. 10-piece chicken nugget right on the freaking sign.
Love
That's
it.
frustrating. That's frustrating, man. I would have gone in, but you know what they would have said?
What
No,
would they-
sir, don't eat me.
No,
there we-
that's what you do, Kyle.
I know that.
You went right to the edge of making a change. You could have walked in there and gotten probably two more
You
two
could have
more
fixed
whole
it for the
meals,
next
and they'd be
guy.
like, "Take it all." That's what you do. And then
And they
that
would have
person
offered you
quits.
ice
and-
cream, but like their machine was down, so like you
Yeah.
couldn't have gotten that. But like, Kyle, just think about every other poor sap after you
You could have
that
made
they
a
just
change.
continued to push that deal.
Yeah,
The 2
you
for
could have made a change.
could have been a part of the change, Kyle, but you wouldn't put your big boy pants on.
Yeah. I didn't. You're right. I didn't put my big boy pants on.
It's sad.
Life
day.
lesson, Kyle. Life lesson.
Hmm.
Life lesson is right. Life lesson is right. Did you guys see what Tariq Skubal said today about,
He wants to throw again.
basically like
Yeah.
he's obviously not gonna pitch again for the United States. But he thought that it was gonna be kind of like an all-star game feel in this World Baseball Classic, and that was a big reason why he wasn't expecting to pitch again. And now he kind of regrets that he isn't going to pitch again because he didn't realize like the magnitude of what this means, right? Like he didn't realize it's like an Olympic type event, and I don't know.
And that's, I mean, that poses a good question, because when we were in Salt Lake this last time, we had the question pop up: what would you rather win, a Stanley Cup or an Olympic gold medal? I chose personally the Olympic gold medal. Right? There's arguments either way, and that we can have a whole show on this, right?
Yeah.
But my argument about the Olympic thing is that that's something that can possibly only come around once, much like a World Baseball Classic. Whereas you could have a 10, 12 year, career in a major sport, or even longer in baseball and things like that. So, that's one thing that these guys are, I enjoy that they're realizing, is that winning something for your country means something, and especially nowadays it really does mean something. So
Yeah, I mean, you look at I mean, these crowds for these games, like Sean had talked about a couple of weeks ago, or another episode, like it's legit what these crowds are getting into. Like, I mean, you saw the Taiwanese guys; they were crying after their win, or was it Vietnam? Somebody, the upset win.
Chinese Taipei, I think it was.
Like it just is crazy because this and here's the thing that we get. So I think we get numb to it sometimes, as in the United States, what these kind of things mean to other countries, because not all of their best play in the major leagues or in their highest professional leagues within their country, right? So they're playing for so much more than maybe what the United States is, but you can see the pride in some of these guys. Well, most of these guys on the United States team, like it's awesome. Like I need to watch more games. I haven't, because I've been invested in Cooper and spending time with him, and
I should.
but like like watching the highlights, things on Twitter, the videos, and the fact that teammates aren't shaking hands when guys come up to the plate, like Cal Raleigh didn't with Rosarena tonight. When he came out to the plate, like
Rosarena.
There's a reason for that, because they're competitive and they want to win these games. But they're playing for the name on the jersey, not the name on the back. And I love that. I love that aspect right now.
Reminds me of Ted Lasso, when some of the players make their country's team, and there's two particular players on Ted Lasso's team, Richmond. They face off in like I don't know if it was World Cup or what it was, like Olympics or whatever. And the one character, Danny Rojas, plays for Mexico in this, and he's always like, football is life, everything's great with football, blah 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 blah. Then he faces this other guy, and he just like flips on him. The guy's trying to be all nice to him and whatnot, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you, basically. And like that's what I see here in these instances, because the passion that people have playing for their country, and with it only being every 4 years, and who knows if if you make the team 4 years from now, and
Right.
and like same thing with the Olympics, like that would be, that'd be amazing.
Well,
Amazing to be a part of.
I love that you've got a Bryce Harper and others that are pushing that narrative of this needs to be back in the Olympics. Baseball needs to be back in the Olympics. Like,
should have never left, man.
It will be in LA, Ro. In 2 years. I believe it is. That and softball are coming back.
That'd be very awesome if it does.
Wrestling.
Like, very fantastic. So,
yep.
Yeah, it makes it so powerful, though. Like I said, when guys are playing for the name on the front of the jersey rather than the name on the back, which we've seen that a lot of times. in the Olympics and in just sports in general, where they're playing for the name on the back rather than playing for the name on the front. And you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
That was something we always preached, man, from a young age. Every time we had all-star teams or travel teams, it was forget the name on the back. We wouldn't even put the name on the back a lot of times, right? That was, you just got these jerseys, you're playing for the name on the front. And that's, fortunately, that's what travel balls kind of ruined that too, right? Going back to that. Like the kids don't give a shit about that because they've got this new sponsor who's gonna buy this two jersey combo pack. They're gonna go travel and get their ass kicked on the road for a few weeks, and what do they really learn? So it's a fine balance, right?
Yeah.
I'm definitely more towards stick with it for the right reasons, but travel ball obviously has a good thing for kids to advance. But yeah, I like the local leagues.
Yeah. Yeah. Good
I'm
times.
still, I'm still
Good
trying to
times.
find like what exactly he said. Like all I saw was like a caption of him saying like he's not leaving, but I guess he is. But then he's gonna be back for the semifinal and
Well, he'll
finals.
be back to like cheer the guys on in the semifinal and finals. He's not pitching again for the United States.
Was
But
that
he's gonna go back
and
and
that
talk
was
to his
his
agent.
decision or was
I
that
don't. I think
team
it was.
decision?
I think it was his decision, but because, like I said, he didn't expect it to be this invested, right? Like this wasn't. He thought it was just an all-star game type situation, so he didn't know the expectation there.
So he
If he
signed.
would've
So
known
he
the
signed
expectation-
something.
What?
That's what I'm saying. If that was his decision, and he wanted to change his mind, he could. But he signed something that said, "Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna throw one game, whatever," because I didn't think it was gonna be like that. So
Yeah.
that's that thing. Like, shit. Now damn it.
Yep.
Type of thing.
Yeah. It might have been like you said. It might have been a Tigers, deal where he signed with them because before this all happened to make sure he didn't throw too many pitches, and all this other stuff. And
But
didn't
that's what they
throw
did in the
late.
first.
But
In the
if
first,
he throws in the semifinals or finals, will he be ready for opening day? Because he's their opening day starter. This out of the other, like it's just there was. I bet there's a lot of stuff that played into it that he didn't have control over, right? And this, with what he signed and maybe what his agent agreed to.
Yep,
um,
absolutely.
with the
I,
team.
I just think it's bold for him to say that he'll sign up to play for the Olympic team and then he'll sign up to be on the team 4 years. Do you think anybody managing those teams is going to want him?
Well, yeah, but that's what we're saying though. This whole decision for him only to pitch what did he pitch? 1 inning, 2 innings the other night in the opener.
I don't know how many threw, but yeah, it was predetermined when he signed the contract. He knew a long time ago, and he said, "Okay, this is the deal. I'm going to sign. I'm going to do this because I'm going to be ready to do this. This those contracts are super complex, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, those I's were dotted and T's were crossed a long time ago.
So I think he got his taste of what this World Baseball Classic is about, and now he understands the significance of it if they go to the Olympics. Like if he's asked to pitch on the Olympic team, there won't be that contract that says, well, this is just kind of like an all-star game, or this is what that I'm only pitching 1 inning here. No, I'm invested. I'll pitch, I'll start game 1 and then I'll start, the first bracket game or medal, round game or something, right? Like,
and that'll be interesting. When is that Olympics? Is it in June? Is it around like the middle of the season? Like that'll be interesting. I don't know when the Olympics is.
It'll be right in the middle. Trying to find the exact dates.
I was thinking June, July, August. So right in the middle of the season, right?
July 14th through July 30th.
Yeah, so right after the All-Star break, you think a team's going to be like, you can go throw 3 games in the Olympics,
I'm
right?
to see how Major League Baseball plays that, though. Like, are they going to
take a pause?
Are they going to give that 2 weeks off from games?
Like the NHL does?
Countries are going to be having Major League guys on their squads. Like, how are they going to manage this? Because you don't want Major League stadiums filled with minor leaguers that are just there for 2 weeks. And, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays and what Major League Baseball does with that, if that is the case.
And I think those negotiations are probably happening right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like those are already. I mean,
Because
yeah,
let's
if
be
we're
real,
gonna sign
if you don't have major league players playing in the Olympics,
at
you're not
home.
going to get fans to fill stadiums to
At
watch.
home, right? It's our house. It's like I said. I mean, it could be a dream team type of scenario. Obviously, it'll never have the impact and all that, but I mean, it's in LA. We have a shot to put our best.
Yeah, and well, to answer that, the MLB's already said that they'll have an extended break. They're not gonna cancel any games. They're also not gonna cancel the All-Star game. Um, but they will accommodate because I think the Olympics goes for like 2.5 weeks or something like that. But the
Mhm.
baseball portion, I want to say it's at like the very beginning, like I don't know. I think I saw it online the other day, like the 12th through the 20th or 13th through the whatever.
I think they
So
start before opening ceremonies, but yeah,
which I think will happen. I mean, and that's essentially what NHL did. Like they shut down for 3 weeks to allow for players to go and be a part of those teams um and that's where I hope whoever it is that's playing, like that they realize that when they go and play for their team, like I hope that they don't have any restrictions like, oh well, you've got a series against the Mets here in a week and a half, so we're not going to let you pitch the championship game. Like go play for your country. Forget the regular season. Like go play for your country.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, so you got to check out this play. I got to show you this. This is crazy.
is this the
I'll pull it up.
melee?
No.
Is this the guy
This
that
is
went to McDonald's
this
drive-through and
got
got two 10-piece
this
nuggets?
shot from
Almost
I
too
can't
much
remember
of
what
a
conference. it is.
pitch to go in.
Walked out just like a hero.
I
Mhm.
took a picture of the sign. Pissed me off.
But here you go. Watch this video. Hold
Can you
on.
make
I'll
it
bring it
bigger?
back.
Can you maximize? Can we make it your whole screen?
Make it bigger.
I'm coming.
I
It's
didn't
just
see it go in. It
slow.
didn't happen.
Hey, here, watch.
Bank. I think he called bank, dude. I think he called bank.
Bank's open.
Just watch. When you replay that, just watch the reaction of the defender, the guy with the headband.
Oh, he
after-
collapses right over here. Yeah, he goes
He just, oh my gosh.
sciatica.
And the ref even looks down at him too.
Yeah.
If you see when he walks away, the ref's like, get up.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that's March Madness, man. That's why we love this time of year. Like
Yes.
it's so great. And John, you remember? Well, you weren't there that night. You were driving back from Disney, but you were listening to it.
I
The
was
last
watching on my
time
phone.
Southern Utah and Utah Valley played in the played each other in the WAC tournament, 2023. The 4-point play that Southern Utah completed to complete that like 26-point comeback.
hmm
There may be a Southern Utah Valley rematch in the WAC semifinals on Friday night at Orleans Arena this year.
Oh my gosh! You know how many guys are still on those teams?
None.
That are gonna
I know.
remember
I
that?
get it, but still, like for those of us that are fans that were there and experienced it, it's like deja vu all over again. So
I'm trying
yeah,
to find the Luca. I want to say it was a buzzer beater that he hit the other night.
The
I don't-
sideline.
On the sideline, like one-footed.
Yeah.
If you watch that play in replay, he takes like 4 or 5 steps.
that's the NBA for you, though, dude. They
Like,
That
it's
was
ridiculous.
that was a Euro and a gather step. That's at
Oh
least
no, it wasn't even that. It was like he's pivoting on his toe, and then he switched, and then he like lifts his foot and like quickly puts it back down onto his heel, like he's now pivoting with his heel, and then
yeah, dude. Traveling's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I hate. That's why I hate basketball, especially the NBA. And they wanted to call it the Luca. Like, no, you realize Dirk was doing that a long time ago. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah. Oh, Dirk Nowitzki, one of the greatest, all-time greatest. Yeah.
absolutely. Same shot.
Yeah. A lot of
I'll
those
just say
European
this.
guys don't have that. I mean, even what's his name for the Nuggets?
Oh, Joker.
Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic. Yeah, they have the same little fadeaway, the one leg, and they throw it up, with the right hand, and yeah, like it's
You give
it's
a little
crazy
dude a
how-
kick in the nuts with the free foot. Yeah, get you some
Yeah.
space.
It's
sometimes,
insane.
sometimes. So
I know we're running out of time, and I don't expect to take a bunch of time to talk about it, but can we just acknowledge that it was a crazy signing day in the NFL?
Yeah,
Just one player after another switching teams, like running backs going every which way.
wow, John,
Yeah.
you going with
biggest
the
one to me-
NFL?
the
I
biggest.
just thought it was interesting today. I got done with my kids' practice, and all of a sudden it's like Travis Etienne's leaving, Tyler Algier signs with the Cardinals.
Where's
Where did
ETN going?
ETN go? I didn't see that.
I
So
saw.
I'm in the middle
saw
of work today. My kid has the day off of school, and he texts me. Where was it? He just a screenshot of Kenneth Walker signing with the with the Chiefs, and then a finger pointing at me emoji and a laughing emoji. Because he's a Chiefs fan, I'm a Seahawks fan, and he's laughing at me that my running back is now left. And it's like,
Super
well, we still
Bowl
got Charbonnet.
MVP. Super Bowl
Yeah.
MVP, as your child should laugh at you, and
Yeah.
what a good kid. But where
Yeah.
did ETN go?
He went to New Orleans.
Wow.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, we picked up Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Who did?
So Niners.
Yeah, he did.
Well,
Yeah,
the biggest one to me is DJ Moore to the Bills.
Yeah,
Because now Josh Allen has a serious receiver, like a guy that could go
Mhm.
for 9 or 10 catches a game, great route runner, good speed, big body. And I'm sure, people will point out DJ Moore had those games where he didn't look really good, in his body language. That's because Caleb Williams didn't throw the dang ball to him when he was wide open. Or when he did
Yep.
throw it to him, it was way over his head, so he couldn't catch it, especially on touchdown catches. So, now he's to a guy that's not a diva. He's to a quarterback that is really good and is going to find you.
but who's the Bills coach, dude? Like with McDermott gone, who got
That's
that job?
a good question. I don't know.
It's their offensive coordinator. The offensive coordinator, right?
Yeah.
It was
pretty
Ken.
sure.
What's his name from? He was the Miami quarterback. What was his name? Oh,
Tua?
John.
No.
no.
Oh no.
Ken something.
No. Joe McDaniel or Joe McBrady. McBrady.
So
Joe Brady. Joe Brady.
Sean McDermott.
Michael Jr. is their offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but Joe Brady's their head coach now. He went from the offensive coordinator to the head coach, right? And he was the offensive coordinator at LSU when Burrow was there, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
let's be real. The Bills' offense was good, but they didn't have a number one receiver.
They got to be all in, dude. They
Especially now that they open up in that new stadium.
Yep, absolutely.
So, some crazy stuff there. Some crazy stuff in the NFL, like you said, Joe. And Max Crosby going over to Baltimore for draft picks. I like Tyler Algier in Arizona, but is he going to be again behind? What is his name? James Conner. There is he going to be another? But he got paid.
Probably.
That's the big thing. He got paid. So
yeah,
that
it
guy
looks
could
like
win every down back for any team in the league.
Oh, he could. Yeah, 100%. I don't know. My son's also ranting and raving, thinking that the Chiefs are going to re-sign Tyreek Hill.
No, they're not.
No,
to do what?
Rice.
Listen. That's just what he said. I was like, I don't see him going there. I think he goes somewhere else. But to be a Dolphins fan,
Fire sell.
Sell, baby, sell. Like them and the Jets. Like you had everything. You had everything you needed. You had two great running backs. You had great receivers. You had what was supposed to be a great quarterback, but unfortunately he's made of glass. And they just haven't been able to do anything down there. And yeah.
Kyler Murray, maybe he goes back to play baseball, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
saw
still
that.
has an ace contract on the table.
Yeah, well, I heard that he was going to spring training with them this season. So
Why not?
yeah,
Why wouldn't you, right? Like you've already spent some time in the NFL, had a little success, probably get tired of getting this shit kicked out of you because he's only like 5.5 feet tall, right? Like, John, sorry
Yeah.
about that. But I mean, you get ran over by NFL people that can't be comfortable. So why not, try to go put together a little MLB career, even if it's AAA, whatnot. It's a lot easier on your life. You get to go play pro sports for another 5, 10, 12 years, whatever,
yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So yeah, just crazy day.
Yeah.
Crazy day there.
Good
So
times.
for any
Good
of you
episode.
fantasy football people out there,
Yeah, fantasy football is going to be big this year with some of these teams. That Josh Allen will be a top pick again. DJ Moore will probably bounce way up there, on the boards. Kenneth Walker to the Chiefs. That's interesting. I know they haven't, Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt. They're splitting out, but now you get Kenneth Walker, who's a 3-down back. So
yeah, I think he moves into RB1 role
Yeah.
there,
oh, 100%.
and then Pacheco be your passing down back, and then
Question
Kareem
is,
Hunt.
who's going to be the number? Are they really going to make Charbonnet the number one back in Seattle then?
He pretty much was. He pretty
I
much
mean, he
was
was
at
a
the end of
goal
the
line
season.
guy, like he was a goal line guy, but I don't know that he's a every down back.
I don't know.
Could be
I don't know
wrong.
what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Hey, don't sleep on the Giants, dude. Scatterboo coming back. Did a lot of good pieces up in that part of New
Jackson
York.
Dart, yeah, like that's a fun organization to watch.
Harbaugh coming to town, dude. Totally like restructuring yeah, not quite like having to rebuild like the Jets would, but yeah,
Yeah,
getting back to business up there. And I mean, they got some good things on defense. They got some good tools on offense. That'll be interesting.
I it's weird. I want the Jets to be good. Like, can we just get it like a year or two? Like, give those fans a reprieve. And it's not like they're gonna like dominate or anything, but let them make the playoffs. I don't know, or have a quarterback that makes it the whole season.
Well, maybe.
Sanchez took them to the playoffs, dude. I mean, come on, they're super talented on defense too, and even on offense. They just can't get their shit together.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing to watch is you see all these other teams that make it to the Super Bowl not because their offense has been shining, but because of their defense. And here you have the Jets who couldn't get their offense to muster up just a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's almost like watching the Cubs in the 90s.
True.
Yeah.
True statement. I can eat that.
Talent.
I can't deny it.
You winning.
So we'll see. The Cubs should be good this year, though. I'm excited. They're probably going to be picked to win the Central, and just got to get over that Brewers hump. So looking forward to that. But yeah. Anyways, everybody, it is late. We've gone over 60 minutes. My fan has worked. My camera's worked. We're gonna not burn it out, and we're gonna end this episode with a goodbye. Thank you. Subscribe. Hit the like button. And maybe give us a follow on social media, or just say thank you for producing these awesome podcast episodes. That's all we need. So everybody, enjoy the rest of your night.